Brasília. Presidente Juscelino Kubitschek International Airport is the airport serving Brasília, Brazil. Since the 22nd of April 1999, the airport is named after Juscelino Kubitschek de Oliveira, the 21st President of Brazil. It is located in the Lago Sul administrative region of the Federal District of Brazil. Some of its facilities are shared with the Brazilian Air Force. It is operated by Inframerica. History. Brasília was only a project when in 1956 President Juscelino Kubitschek landed for the first time in the Central Plateau. However, Veracruz Airport, built in 1955 by the then Deputy Governor of Goiás, Bernardo, at the request of the chairman of the location of the new federal capital, Marechal José Pessoa, already existed. On the 2nd of October 1955, the airport received the first crew of workers that would build the new capital. This facility was located where today is the integrated bus and train terminal of Brasília. It had a dirt runway of 2,700 meters and a passenger terminal in a makeshift cob wall shack covered with Buriti leaves. This facility, however, was only temporary. The relocation to a definitive site had already been identified as a priority and construction works started on the 6th of November 1956. The works lasted for only over 6 months and required the clearing of an area of 1,334 million square meters, 178,500 square meters of earthwork, base stabilized 40,900 square meters, covering 73,500 square meters, topographical services, positioning and leveling. The runway was designed to have a length of 3,300 meters, but initially it had only 324 meters, and was 45 meters wide. The passenger terminal was built of wood. On the 2nd of April 1957, the presidential aircraft landed for the first time at the site and the official inauguration took place on the 3rd of May 1957. That year, on the same location, the Brasília Air Force Base was also commissioned. In 1965, Oscar Niemeyer proposed a project for Brasília Airport to replace the wooden terminal. However, due to the 1964 Brazilian coup d'etat, the military government chose to build the project of Tacio Fontana Pacheco, an architect of the Brazilian Air Force Ministry. The airport is thus one of the few important buildings in Brasília that is not related to Niemeyer. This building was opened in 1971 and since 1990 it has been under renovation following an architectural concept of the architect Sergio Roberto Parada. In 1990, Brasília International Airport underwent its first major renovation and began to gain its present form with the central body and 2 satellites. The first phase included the construction of an access viaduct to the passenger terminal and metal cover inaugurated in 1992 and the first circular satellite, inaugurated in 1994. In the second phase, the main body of the passenger terminal was renovated to include a shopping mall and the satellite received 9 jetways. In 2005, a second runway was opened. In April 2014, the South Concourse, which serves domestic flights, was open. Until April 2014, the terminal was capable of handling 9 million passengers per year, but actually handled around 14 million, with numbers constantly increasing. The former terminal for general aviation, originally built in 1988, was renovated and transformed into Passenger Terminal 2. It was opened for traffic on the 2nd of August 2010, following a decision made on the 26th of April 2011 by the federal government for private companies being granted concessions to explore some infraero airports. On the 6th of February 2012, the administration of the airport was conceded for 25 years to the consortium Inframerica, formed by the Brazilian engineering group Ingevex and the Argentinian group Corporación América. Inframerica also won the concession of Gov. Aloysio Alves International Airport in Natal. Infraero, the state-run organization, remains with 49% of the shares of the company incorporated for the administration. The Brazilian Integrated Air Traffic Control and Air Defense Center Section 1 is located in the vicinity of the airport. On the 31st of August 2009, Infraero unveiled a 514.8 million Brazilian reals investment plan to renovate Presidente Juscelino Kubitschek International Airport, focusing on the preparations for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, Brasília being one of the venue cities, and the Summer Olympics in 2016, which are held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Enlargement of apron and taxiways. Completed in April 2013. Renovation of the existing passenger terminal. Completed in November 2015. Enlargement of the passenger terminal. Completed in April 2015. Parking completed in April 2014. Between 2012 and 2014, the consortium INFRAMERICA invested 1.2 billion reals to remodeling the terminal, increasing from 13 to 29 fingers, 40 to 70 airplane positions. For 2016 to 19 are planned investments with international area, new parking build, 4 new hotels, business area and other facilities, airlines and destinations. Passenger cargo accidents and incidents. The 22nd of December 1962, a Varig Converse EV240-2 registration PPVCQ flying from Belo Horizonte Pampulha to Brasília descended below the prescribed altitude while on final approach to Brasília, struck trees, skidded and fell to one side. One crew member died. The 25th of April 1970, a VASP Boeing 737-2A1 en route from Brasília to Manaus Ponta Pelada was hijacked by a person who demanded to be flown to Cuba. The hijack lasted a day. The 14th of May 1970, a VASP Boeing 737-2A1 en route from Brasília to Manaus Ponta Pelada was hijacked by a person who demanded to be flown to Cuba. The hijack lasted a day. The 22nd of February 1975, a VASP Boeing 737-2A1 registration PPSMU en route from Goiânia to Brasília was hijacked by a person who demanded ransom. The hijacker was taken down. The 25th of May 1982, a VASP Boeing 737-2A1 registration PPSMY on landing procedures at Brasília during rain made a hard landing with nose gear first. The gear collapsed and the aircraft skidded off the runway, breaking into. 2 passengers out of 118 occupants died. Access. The airport is located 11 kilometers from downtown Brasília.